I think it's pretty safe to say that Charlotte from the latest season of The Traitors is going to make a move against Minah. It's just a matter of when, but you can tell that she's dying for it. She doesn't trust Minah, and I think she just feels like Minah has recruited her as a scapegoat, as collateral, and she's refusing to do so. And I can't blame her for not trusting Minah, considering the history of this franchise. Notoriously, especially when it gets to the end, one traitor throws the other under the bus. I'm not up to date on all of the franchises, but I think I've watched like the first season of each English speaking franchise. But whenever a traitor does win, it's usually one person. I have yet to watch a season of The Traitors where there are multiple traitor winners. So it makes complete sense why Charlotte does not trust Minah and why she has this kind of like, every traitor for themselves mentality. And also, they haven't really built that rapport. She wasn't seduced. She was given an ultimatum. There's like, what, 3 episodes left, four, and she came in when there was like 4 or 5 episodes left. She came in over halfway. So they haven't built that rapport. So I think even though I love Minah down and I'm rooting for her, it makes complete sense why Charlotte is skeptical and is plotting on Minah. And quite frankly, it's quite smart because, like I said, she doesn't know Minah. She doesn't have that rapport with her. So for her, there's no incentive to put trust in Minah and split the money, even though I feel like Minah is being very sincere about wanting to split the money with Charlotte. But what would you guys do in that situation? Do you think you could trust a traitor, even if they seemed so sincere, to go to the end with them and split the money in the hopes that they're not going to double cross you before? Now, I think next week, Charlotte may make her play, or at least name Minah at the table. But what I think is the most likely play might be getting to the final round table and then double crossing her there. I think Minah's main problem right now is Freddie. He seems to be really leading the charge against Minah. And even though Freddie has suspicion on him, say let's get him out, they murder him or they banish him, when he gets up and says, I'm a faithful and Minah's still in the game, fingers are going to point to her, and I think Charlotte might use that as her advantage. And I think the only way that Minah is going to get out of this rut is if she throws Charlotte under the bus. Because when it gets to the final round table, it's just going to be a big palaver in terms of if you have, a lot of suspicion on you. I think to satisfy that suspicion before the final round table, a traitor needs to be caught and revealed, just to increase your likelihood of them not just whittling it down to the bone, darling, because I think that's what might happen. If Charlotte and Minah make it to the round table, it's just like, I don't know. I just think that there's too many people now left in the game that have like some sort of suspicion on Minah, even if she makes it to the final round table. I think people would just vote her out simply on the principle of they can't completely trust her. So I think if Minah wants to make it to the end with the money, either she needs to have a very convincing round table, which I feel like she hasn't had yet, or she needs to turn on Charlotte. She needs to wise up quickly and realize that this group is not going to be satisfied going into the final without a traitor, and has to do what Charlotte suspected her of, which is backstabbing her. I think it's either Charlotte or Minah, and it has to be every traitor for themselves. I feel like, especially for Minah, Charlotte could get away with getting Minah into the final and then voting her off. But Minah, I feel like she doesn't have that same. Her cards are not as good as Charlotte's. But yeah, I gotta hear from you guys. What do you think about Charlotte basically plotting against Minah? Do you think this is a smart play? And what do you think Mina can do to combat this? Does she need to throw Charlotte under the bus? Did they need to try and recruit maybe and make a scapegoat? What do we think about this whole situation?